what I've experienced. But basically, like I talked to somebody who's good at casting out demons, and I described it to him, and he's just like, "Yep, that's the Lucifer spirit," and it's very self-oriented when it comes down to it, and it comes down to like protecting the ego and everything. And but I don't really feel like it's an accurate representation of myself, you know, because I don't want to be like that. But when it comes on, it's like I just become kind of sociopathic. Like it's like I'm not going to hurt anybody, but emotionally and just emotionally, I will do almost anything just to strike back at the other person. And it's kind of like a form of self-protection. So, yeah.
I see. That's interesting. Because I used to have a friend, and basically he was an ISTP. He was my childhood friend. And anytime he started going too much into criticizing me, I would tell him, I would always like make up another excuse and another excuse and another excuse, so he would never actually fully criticize me. That's interesting.
Yeah, but this is like more extensive. Like it's like I have to feel, and it's really weird when it comes out, but it's like I have to.
My friend was a dick though. Like he was a legit. Like I felt like I was sleeping beside Satan. Like this guy's really bad. Like he literally hates people. He was the type of person that would get good grades in school, but he would hate everyone. And you know, I would try to like enjoy my time with him, and he would be very jealous of me all the time. He would be like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you touching that? You should sit there on the couch. We're gonna watch the TV show I like." And I was always the person who was just sitting right beside him, and I was trying to bring his mood up, and every single time he would be putting other people down around me, so he ended up having no friends besides me, and I would try to help him out, but he was so jealous and so angry and so deceptive that I ended up sort of like, you know, he started trying to humiliate me through facts. So I started defending myself by saying like, "Oh, well, that's not how it is. You're just a bit prude." And then it started off like that. It went from like Pepe the piggy to like, "Nah, nothing's gonna change my mind." Basically like that. And I feel that's how I kind of developed narcissism more than anything else. Yeah. So I don't know. Could you relate to that? Could you relate to that lifestyle experience? Or
A little, but I don't necessarily think it's entirely narcissistic. I think that when it comes out, it just yeah, it's self-defense. So but it's a weird type of self-defense, and it's like I almost want to say that it's demonic, but I realize that that's not being accountable for myself. But when it comes on, it's like it just uses everything that has ever happened to me, and it just brings up like all these negative things that have happened to me, and then it's like, you know, you're a weak piece of shit. You need to protect yourself. Let me come in and let me take over. And then when it does take over, it just kind of I become heartless and selfish, and like I don't give a shit about anybody when it happens, because it's just like, okay. And I feel it usually comes with like a bit of anxiety too, because it's like it's all about self-protection. So yeah, it's kind of like that, and it just comes on, and it's like I need to do all this and this and this, and it's almost like I become like a heartless CEO practically, where I just don't give a shit about anybody but myself, and I just like care about money and things of the world, and it's like that isn't me. And then later I feel really bad about it whenever it comes on, like after it's gone away. Because usually I end up saying really nasty, hateful things to somebody, and I'm just heartless. it's just heartless. And then after it goes away, I just feel really guilty, and I feel kind of anxious after it goes away too.
I see. That is something that you kind of feel because you build narcissism, and narcissism takes over your life. So you constantly want to seek revalidation of all your actions, sort of.
Not necessarily. Like, I mean, I don't think it's narcissism. I think it's just, I don't know what it
Narcissism
is.
can
It's
get
just
you really angry, really angry. So does this go into an idea that you would go and, for example, let me think about this one. You would go and maybe try to like attack people in the hierarchy who are taking lots of materials and wealth?
wait, what?
Attack. So does this transform? This is sort of narcissism. That's what I kind of experience. Does this transform into you attacking people in the hierarchy of life?
No, I don't. I'm not interested. It's not interested in the hierarchy of life. It comes on and it says that it exists for self-protection, but really it just wants to lash out and be cold and just emotionally hurt anyone in any way, and it wants to just manipulate people and just emotionally fuck them up. So
Emotionally fuck them up. But why? Because it's sad. Because it's a form of sadism, and if you realize it, you could switch it and be better than you are currently with your sadism. I mean, it takes some strength, but surely possible, right? Because it is sadism. What is it out? What is it? Right? Yeah, it is.
yeah.
But
I think you're talking about different things.
Well, okay. Could you tell us, Suzanne, what is the idea here?
If you're depressed, you can go cold.
Okay.
If you're depressed, you don't feel very good, and you can take it out on people around you.
Oh, I see.
It's not really depression though. It's just like something just switches off in my brain, and it's like something else just comes in, and it's like I'm just watching behind the scenes. Like I'm just watching to my horror and
But you
shock
go cold, right?
as it happens.
Yeah, but you go cold, right?
Very cold. I just don't care. Like I'm angry, and it's pure anger and hatred, but it's like icy cold hatred.
Do you
It's
control
like
it?
just
Do you
heartless.
control it? Or does it happen randomly? Like you said, you have a demon associating to your personality. Do you control it, or does it happen randomly? That's also a thing.
Like sometimes it'll just come on really strong, and I'll just feel very oppressed by something, and it's like I have to take. I've learned that I have to take a moment to just step back and then ask myself, why is this happening? And like, it lies. It loves to lie. Like it'll lie about anything. So
Is it, do you think is it a being? Is it really a form of entity that is controlling you, or is that actually a narcissistic ideology that is very heavy in its nature, right? Because what's happening is you're technically trying to validate lies with your mind, and that could be confusing. Oh fuck! And that could be very confusing. Sorry, guys. And that could be very confusing. Hold up. I don't want to fuck my fans up. Hold up here. Shit. Sorry about that.
I don't necessarily think it's a narcissistic thing, but I do think that it's. I almost want to say that it's kind of like a spiritual thing, that I've acquired, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Like I start feeling anxious, I start feeling paranoid when it comes around, and then like just I think it's honestly a temptation, and I think it's honestly somewhat demonic to some
Yeah,
extent. And
but
I found that whenever I pray, it actually does go away. And whenever I just say, God, take care of this, like I found that that gets rid of it, whatever it is, because it doesn't like it.
I see.
And so,
So for me, it's like, I kind of get what you mean. Like, for example, sometimes I could feel really depressed to the point where I start hallucinating and I kind of like start falling asleep, sort of, and feeling dizzy and knocked out. And my stomach starts to clench itself in warmth. And I end up like vibrating. My mind ends up vibrating in waves, like, and I end up fainting, and then I end up having a scary dream. That sometimes happens to me. So I think that could be because of narcissism as well. But see, you think it's a demonic entity because it happens randomly, but couldn't it be a chemical accumulation of your beliefs and how they corner you into, a corner, and you end up feeling as if you're hopeless, or you end up exhausting your energy supplies?
yeah, because like I mean, well, I don't think it's necessarily a chemical thing. I think it just kind of happens all at once. Like it lies. Like, and I don't think it's me because it just doesn't sound like me. It's like a different voice, and like mentally, like, and not a literal voice, but like kind of thoughts. And it's like it just doesn't really feel like it's me. It just feels like it's something else that's trying to talk to me and trying to convince me of a lot of different things, and it's very self-protective. Like it doesn't want to go because like I mean, whenever I try to get help or whenever I try to do something to get rid of it, it's like it questions everything. Like it just starts saying, well, you can't trust this person, you can't do this because this and this, and it's just a very selfish thing. And it's like I don't think it wants to go, but I do definitely think it's a demon because based on my research, it's like it shows all of the traits of a demon. It lies like a demon. It just it sounds like it's purely demonic.
Yeah, it does, but it happens sometimes. Have you ever tried exorcism, or you don't want to go there? Do you
Oh,
feel
I have.
reliable? Mhm.
I've tried
Right.
to watch like a deliverance video. I haven't really got into exorcism because I'm skeptical of the Catholic Church, but yeah.
You're skeptical of the calf? Of the calf? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well, just like there are a lot of things in Catholicism that are just really shady, and it's just like, nah, I can't fuck with Catholicism. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's pretty interesting. I would say that my resemblance to you is sorta alike, but instead of these demons, I just have unbearable forms of narcissism that I created for myself. And sometimes they could get me to the point, yes, I'm Christian. And
I'm
sometimes
Christian too.
they could get me to the point of extreme anger, but my anger is not on people, it's on the spiritual world for some reason. And I start going crazy, like not crazy as in like crazy physically, but crazy mentally. And I want to uh, attack demonic entities or something like that because my anger is so strong that I have a demon god by astrology. and he wants to break through. So I actually made a couple of pictures